books and to novel night. And this is a really fun thing that we do once a month. And I always look forward to the readings on this night. They're so much fun. And remember, and if you didn't know, that during the evening tonight, that in the store, all the fiction, not just the writers who are reading, but all the fiction in the store is 20% off. So grab yourself a deal while you're here. And so we will get this thing rolling. So first tonight we have Marcia Feldt. Marcia is an Amazon best-selling author of her debut novel, The Oys and Joys. Marcia enjoys performing on stage, traveling anywhere at any time, with flying over Mount Everest being a favorite so far, and writing her next novel. All right, let's hear some of your book. Thank you so much.
Hi, so I'm Marcia. And yes, my book is The Oys and Joys. It's about 4 women baby boomers. It's a year out of their life and their friends and their stories interweave. It's about every woman buries secrets, even from herself. I was going to read the first chapter. It's a short chapter. And the first chapter is Lizzie. Each chapter is one of the girls, and it's their story as they interweave between each other. On my 63rd birthday, my husband packed his bags, golf clubs, leather recliner, and 50-inch man cave TV into our pontoon boat and used it as a moving van. A 22-foot, 6-inch pontoon holds a boatload of memories. Convenient, too, since it was docked behind our Lake Conroe townhome. He puttered away, and I waved and waved and waved goodbye. A pontoon does not allow for a speedy getaway. But who needs speedy, especially at our age? Might be worth savoring the spurt of adrenaline, the false sense of freedom, the illusion of erasing wasted years. I should have packed my bags after our son had graduated from high school, from college, from law school. However, uncorking unhappiness and spilling the lies required courage, of which I am in short supply. I'm so sorry, the word, cinders, whispered in the wind, only ignited my guilt. I tried. I wanted to. I thought I could. But no resurrection, no redirection of the love I buried within my fiancé's grave for over 40 years. How sad was that? Pretty damn sad. Lizzie! Sassy's voice sounded husky and spicy, ready to lead the parade. Very sassy-like. I'd left the door unlocked, but she didn't even knock. Nothing faces Sassy. Not leaving a friend on the steps of an abortion clinic, not cremating a husband, and not fading from international modeling fame. She sashayed across the threshold, waving 2 bottles of Pinot Grigio high into the air. I mean the sachet part quite literally. A special swing of her hips impossible to duplicate. And picture this. Sassy still wears sleeveless tops tied at the waist, capris and Neiman's high-heeled sandals without looking like an aging slut. An apropos description with no tackiness intended. Besides, I've said the same thing to her face. She smiled, her left eyebrow doing its signature rising thing. Grace arrived a few minutes later, holding a glass bowl of chocolate cheesecake trifle. She always brings dessert, tends to tiptoe over the tulips, and adores long, multi-syllable words starting with an S, like serendipity and synchronicity. We met the day my husband and I moved 3 townhouses down from her and Rusty, by way of my shadow and her Joy humping on my virgin driveway. Then sealed the deal when Joy gave birth to our 6 grand puppies. This afternoon, Joy practically hugged Grace's right ankle. I bit my tongue, but not for long. What did Mr. Slosh do today? Picking up Joy, I kissed her nose and whispered into her ear, "Hope your daddy didn't kick you again, little miss." "Rusty doesn't kick." Grace shoved her dessert into the refrigerator's top shelf, tripped over her, that's all. But Grace's downcast look and her normally relaxed demeanor, now robotic stiff, said otherwise. Sassy gently grazed Grace's chin until their eyes met. One of these days, you're going to need a whole lot more than a 10-pound dachshund to protect you. For a moment, we all froze, because the truth often creates speed bumps. Then we all moved at once. Joy squirmed out of my arms, Sassy took the hummus and avocado dipped out of the refrigerator, and Grace grabbed the baked, low-salt pita chips from the counter. Sassy and Grace have maintained their thin, long-legged beauty, while I cannot conceal a single pudgy molecule on my barely 5-foot frame. Plus, my butt remains flabby, and no matter what exercise of the month I attempted, it falls closer to the center of the earth every year. Hello! Ruby knocked before entering. She's more polite than any of us, in a subtle, legal guru sort of way. Also, she possesses a soothing spirit. I know, a trait usually defined the legal profession, but go with it because it's true. Ruby's cooking hobby delights our palates, and somehow she only carries about 15 extra pounds between her neck and knees. Today, she showcased her Italian heritage with a scrumptious antipasta and pasta salad. Sorry I'm late, but for some reason, Mel lingered this morning. She placed the bowl on the table. Mel never lingers. Usually he pulls his charmingly uptight butt out of bed at the crack of dawn, and as soon as both feet hit the ground, billable time kicks in. Mel's a founding partner in the firm where Ruby works, a precarious coupling if you ask me. So far, though, their take-it-or-leave-it relationship seems to work for them. As for me, I shed my CPA skin for a realtor's life after relocating 11 years ago to the lake. I've attempted, really I have, to be less anal, more relaxed. My daily to-do list addiction manages to comfort me. 4 things a day at the very least, usually not over 6. The satisfaction of drawing a line through each completed item makes my day. Our little group has been going strong for almost 6 years. We've managed to poke, pry, and prod most all of the scabby stuff from our lives, except for the secrets we keep cloaked from the world and from ourselves. But here we all were on this sunny Sunday afternoon in my kitchen, ready to grill salmon, asparagus, and fingerling potatoes seasoned to perfection to celebrate my birthday on the lake, in the boat. Whoops. Sassy poured each of us a glass of wine, and since my news required multi-glass courage, I gulped down the drink and poured myself another. Did anyone? You need to get rid of this, don't you think? Grace held up an almost empty bag of dog chow from my pantry. Yes. Oh, thank you, I bowed to you in thankfulness. Give all of it to Joy. Taking 2 bowls from the cabinet, I gave one to Grace and filled the other one with water. There's not much left, please, just do it. Every time I attempted to discard those silver age nuggets, I could feel Shadow licking my hand as lightly as a feather. But he stopped licking a few months ago, forever. Listen up, I began again. Did anyone, by any chance, happen to bring a boat today? Startling how a noisy, hectic kitchen can go from women chirping to a sudden silence so profound, we heard the clock ticking from across the room. Tick, tick, tick. Joy! I heard the panic sliver through Grace's voice, and no wonder Joy's little paws clawed at her ears. She twisted her bloated neck, her long body moving in barracuda ripples. Staccato squeals squeezed out of her throat. Oh my God! Grace scooped Joy up, wrapped an arm around her belly, pointed her head down toward the floor, shook her pint-sized body, and slapped her back. Joy squealed, thickened, deepened as if a piece of chow dislodged, allowing air to drum a different death march. Come on, girl. Ruby massaged Joy's back and neck with the palm of her hand like she was thinning pizza dough. Get it out! Joy's squeals morphed into a squeak, so grating, so penetrating. Oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. Grace's lapel face turned ashen. I ran over, touched her arm, saw the fear flood her eyes. Hold Joy up in front of me now. Put her back up against my chest, now. Grace wobbled, and I thought she might faint, but finally flipped the limp dog around, feet dangling in front of my nose. Lower, damn it. I pressed Joy's miniature diaphragm until I couldn't feel her ribs. Then jabbed my fingers inward and upward, praying this Heimlich maneuver for dogs might work. Joy sputtered a raspy snort, and nothing else. Ruby started barking orders, her fingers straight, stiff, and sharp. I'll count to 3 and push from this side for extra thrust power. 1, 2, 3, jab! We jabbed. another snort, nothing else. Joy's muscles went flaccid. The little head drooped onto her chest. Again, Grace yelled. Let me try. Sassy shoved Ruby out of the way. 1, 2, 3, we both jabbed. Chunks of dog chow soared from Joy's throat straight into Sassy's Twin Peaks cleavage. Not that her breasts are oversized, but perfectly formed and enhanced with a push-up bra. Joy, Sassy stuck her hand down her bra and picked out the gooey chunks. Oy, what a mess. Joy scampered out of my arms, ran over to the water bowl, and slurped the liquid like swigging whiskey after a near-death experience. Sassy centered the spotlight back on herself, not unusual occurrence, except for the dripping dog chow she held in both her hands, stretched out wide like an MC at a comedy club. She raised her head in her modeling way, backbone straight, shoulders back. We've been tossing out names ever since we formalized our twice-monthly get-togethers. Nothing tickled the proper places, nothing captured our moods. And guess what? Certainly not a stretch. With 4 post-menopausal women, our mood swung as high as the Milky Way and as low as the hot flash devil. But the always and joy suited us, and why not? That's life, no denying it. Then Grace, an absolute gem in the know-it-all weird facts arena, topped off Sassy's announcement by reciting a snippet of a New York Times article about a Sister Madeline from some monastery somewhere. It seems they'd experienced a series of mechanical deaths during the year. A lawnmower, refrigerator, washer, dryer, and van all went kaput. How did the sister respond? Oi, she had said. Don't know why that quote rose to a Times newsworthy event. A nun expressing herself in this manner isn't surprising to me, and not because I'm the only Jewish member of our group, because an oi's an oi, a universal word, a word entwined with laughter and with sorrow, sometimes a tiny blip, sometimes a wrenching heartache, but always the perfect word. Why, even last night, boom, an oi moment happened when I updated number 1 on my bubble bath list. That's our need it or desire it list. Could be both, need it and desire it. Either way, we are the architects of our dreams. Statistically speaking, if we write it, they will come. Well, the probability increases anyway. I introduced the idea, my personal theory, to the girls last year. Not always zigzag dipping into the inkwell of our souls. Translating into finite words can be a bitch. And watch out, the truth can bruise. Last night wasn't easy for me. I had picked up a pen, hesitated. Oh, I had wasted so many years. Way, way, way too many years. My eyes filled with tears, my teeth pinched my lower lip, my hand trembled. I wrote, it's time, find deep.